Good evening. Welcome to the show. We are live right now with the biggest news coming out of Washington, D.C. Hold on tight, because the Secretary of the Navy has just walked out the door, starting right now. No one explained why. The naval blockade is active. The peace talks have stopped moving. And everyone around the world is watching what happens next. The Navy's top chair is now empty. Hank Chow has stepped up to fill that spot for now. Iran refused to come to the table today. The Strait of Hormuz is still being blocked. This is urgent news coming in fast. Washington has no clear plan right now. John Phelan came into this job with zero military background. He is a private equity guy who came straight from the finance world. The Senate approved him, and he was sworn in on March 25th. Then on April 22nd, he was no longer working inside the Pentagon. They said it was effective right away. He is finished. Nobody in Washington gave a reason. Sean Parnell put out a short statement on X. The Defense Department said nothing beyond those few words. Hank Chow, who was the undersecretary, is now acting as the secretary. Meetings are starting now. This all happened during the Sierra Space Naval Conference. People in the room were shocked. No one had ever seen anything like this happen before. The USS Gerald R. Ford is still out on the water. It has now been 297 days at sea and still going. That is a record we have not seen since the Vietnam War era. Sailors are far away from their homes and families, stuck in this long deployment. The blockade became active on April 13th. Ships going in and out of Iranian ports are being stopped and tracked. 23 ships have already been intercepted. Iran shut down the Hormuz Strait again and called the blockade a betrayal and a lie. The Navy top spot is now empty. Hank Chow has stepped in. Iran is not coming to talks today. The strait is still closed. News is moving fast. Washington is not ready. Iran's negotiating team made their position very clear. They said they will not meet in Islamabad as long as the naval blockade is running. The Iranian Foreign Minister Araghchi called Pakistan's Ishaq Dar directly, and told him that America is doing this on its own. Iran submitted a 10-point plan back in March. They said the other side needs to agree to it before any real talks can even begin. The ceasefire was extended, but the blockade was not lifted. Iran responded by closing the strait again and moving faster. A ship called the Alpida, owned by a Ricardo company, was attacked on April 22nd. Iranian speedboats opened fire and things got worse. The ships that were attacked were not American. So the White House only made a few light comments about it. Iran is losing around $500 million every single day. The oil storage on Karg Island is completely packed and has no more room. At the same time, Spirit Airlines is in trouble and needs about $500 million to survive. The government may end up owning around 90% of the airline. There was a fire inside the laundry area on the USS Gerald R. Ford. Around 600 sailors had to move out because of the smoke. This deployment is expected to last 11 months total. The families waiting at home are just holding on and hoping. The Navy seat is empty. Hank Chow is in charge for now. Iran is not showing up. The strait remains blocked. Big news keeps coming. Washington is scrambling. This is where things stand as of April 23rd. The ceasefire is still extended. But talks are still stuck. The blockade continues. The ships are holding their position. Pressure and diplomacy are both happening at the same time. We will keep watching every new development. That is your update for now. Stay informed. Subscribe to keep getting the latest news as this story keeps going. Breaking news every day. Watch history happen live.